Welcome to the Dreamlands. We are back with some more Homeworld Remastered multiplayer. This time you guys have been asking for it. I finally got the chance to set one up. We are going to be checking out a big old 3v3. So this is pretty exciting, and we have a couple of players making their debut on the channel and a couple of old school players returning that you may recognize from previous casts. So let's get our bearings here. We are going to be on the north side of, this looks like Crimson Bond. I don't know if that's what it is. No, it's definitely not. I don't know what this map is. I forget, so I do apologize for that. But Team Yellow is going to be on the north side of this map. Somebody can tell me what it is in the comments, no doubt. And we are gonna be starting off. First up, we're gonna have Philothanik making his return to the channel. I do believe he was in one of my previous Homeworld Remastered casts. Man, it has been a long time since I cast this game, so we'll see if I can remember all the stuff. So Philothanik is going to be playing Vaegr. I should mention also that Philo has a YouTube channel of his own where he does a lot of various strategy games, some really cool stuff. He has some interesting content on there, so I'll leave the link in the video description. You guys should check him out. I know he does like Tooth and Tail as well as a bunch of other strategy games. That economic strategy game that I can't remember for the life of me right now. But anyway, I'll leave a link to his channel in the video description. Go check him out. Philothanik will be playing as the Vaegr. Taking up the middle spawn, we are going to have Power Man returning to the channel. I believe the last time he appeared was fighting alongside Fear, or against Fear. I can't remember which. He was in a 2v2 with Fear. Pretty solid player. He is going to be playing as the Higarans and taking up the left spawn, making his debut on the channel. It is going to be Light of Higara.
Unidentified
also playing as the Higarans. This is a player making their debut on the channel. However, they have been around for a very, very long time. An old school Homeworld Remastered player. Apparently pretty skilled. I've never played with him or seen him play, so I guess time will tell. So that's going to be Yellow Team, Double Higaran and Vaegr, all Homeworld 2 factions, Light of Higara, Philothanik, and Power Man. Their opponents spawning way over on the south side as Red Team. First up, middle spawn, we are going to have Fear once again on the channel. This player is not going to be unknown to anyone that follows my content or is engaged in Homeworld Remastered multiplayer. One of the top players in the game, has appeared in many of my videos. So he is once again going to be playing as Vaegr. I believe he rolled random, as a matter of fact. Taking up the... I wonder why the view distance is very, very small and this is still up here. I don't know why that's there. Anyway, I'll try and figure that out. Taking up the middle spawn, I believe, it is going to be Jessica JSK, a player that I've known for quite some time, but I've actually never played with her or had her appear in any of my videos before, so this is going to be her debut on the channel, and she is going to be playing as the Higarans. Last up, we're going to have Avatorian making his return to the channel. You guys have seen him before in DOK as well as Homeworld Remastered. Pretty solid player all around, a staple member of the community, and he is going to be playing as Vaegr. So double Vaegr and Higaran versus double Higaran and Vaegr. Very, very interesting. What have we got going on? Let's look at builds for a moment here. It looks like we've got double carriers on the field for Fear. He has saturated his main. He's saturated one of his expansion sites. Who is this? We've got Jessica JSK with a resource controller, so she's saturated her main as well as one expansion site. And what's Avatorian got? It looks like he's got double carriers as well. Saturated his main and one expansion site with a ton of assault craft on the field. Do we have any pushes, any scouting, anything going on? Who's this in mid? This has got to be, oh, Jessica with a carrier as well. So being pretty greedy, going for a carrier as well as a resource controller, taking mid. So she's mining off of 3 resource locations. Looks like we have got corvettes as well as interceptors on the field for Yellow Team. We've got some pulsar gunships as well as gunships from Power Man, and he is going to be pushing right through mid. Going to start getting some harassment in. We do have some interceptors from Jessica as well as a mobile refinery. Super greedy build from Jessica here, and we are going to have interceptors from Light of Higera coming in to support the gunships and pulsar gunships of... was that Power Man? Yes, it was. So Jessica's in a little bit of trouble. She's going to start bleeding out salvagers pretty bad, but we do have...
Unidentified probe detected.
What units do we have coming in? We don't have much coming in for support from any of her team, so she is probably just going to have to abandon this spot on the map. A couple of interceptors trying to slow the enemy down, but they are going to get pushed off and cleaned up in short order. And Jessica is getting swarmed and overran in the middle of the map. Let's check out builds while we have the opportunity to do so. Light of Higera. Who is this? This is Power Man. So Power Man has a single carrier by the looks of it, mining off of 2 sites. Light of Higera has a single carrier as well, mining off of 2 sites, and a single carrier for Philo, mining off of 2 sites as well. So we do have interceptors coming in from Light, more interceptors, as well as interceptors from Philo Thanic. What do we got from Power Man? Just those continuing to build gunships and pulsar gunships, moving his carrier up to support mid. Jessica has fled the field, understandably has lost a bunch of salvagers. She's probably going to lose her mobile refinery as well as all those interceptors. So opened a bit greedy, but got pushed off of her main, and now everybody is back to similar standings in terms of economy. A couple of gunships coming out for Jessica as well. Assault craft for Avatorian, lots of assault craft, as well as missile corvettes from Fear. Okay, this is actually starting to bug me a little bit, and that's unfortunate. I don't know how to get rid of this. And yellow team is pushing hard through middle. Some nice assault craft coming in from Avatorian to support Jessica's fleeing carrier. Those sick Vagor assault craft. Supported as they are by some incoming missile corvettes, more and more assault craft from Avatorian. He is going with a similar build to Light, who just seems to be spamming interceptors. Avatorian spamming assault craft, and these missile corvettes and gunships from Jessica should help out the fight there. There are so many strike craft in the center of the map. Oh, it must be one of these. There we go. Okay, so I don't need this. I don't even know how I did that, but there we go. Now we can watch in full cinematic glory. It looks like red team is taking a beating in mid. There are just way too many interceptors, backed up now by assault craft as well from Philo Thanic. So massive swarm of strike craft. Jessica's gunships are taking a bit of a beating from these pulsars. You do not want to approach pulsar gunships with your corvettes. There's this Fear taking a third by the looks of it, and now a ton of missile corvettes. This is going to be instrumental in pushing back all of these corvettes and gunships from yellow team. So many losses of strike craft, or did he pull some of these back? I imagine that Avatorian pulled some of those back. Oof, look at all these missile corvettes from Fear. This is a nice fight we got going on in the center. Fear's missile corvettes are taking brutal punishment, though. Those pulsar gunships are just so strong. Yellow team has now taken the center of the map. Powerman with his carrier right in mid, and we have a massive swarm of assault craft from Philothanic, backed up by mass gunships and pulsar gunships from Powerman, and still mass interceptors from Light of Higara. Fear sticking with mass missile corvettes, and Philothanic with mass assault craft. And what has Jessica got on the field? Just these gunships. A lot of gunships, actually. So wisely, Fear is keeping those interceptors back. Going to pick off a few of assault craft from Avatorian that got overextended there. Red team looks like they have held their ground and are getting ready for a bit of a counter push. We have frigates on the field. Oh god, look at this. Heavy missile frigates from Philothanic now reinforcing the front line. These things are pretty deadly. Jesus, look at all those missile corvettes. So Fear has taken to trying to fly around the west side of the map by the looks of it. A couple scouts there as well, going to link up with his mass missile corvette. Look at all those missile corvettes. That's pretty damn awesome. But he's going to abandon the middle of the field. Jessica JSK barely hanging on, as well as Avatorian with still assault ships. We do have some heavy missile frigates now for Avatorian as well. 2 carriers up for him. 3 carriers for Fear. Fear moving his flagship out to the middle. Is he? Yeah, he is. What is he going to do now? Starting to spam out some assault craft while his missile corvettes look to do a backstab. Really nice play from Fear. However, they have given up the center, and look at this push. Powerman's carrier, double carriers from Powerman going through mid, still pumping out gunships and pulsar gunships, backed up by mass interceptors still from Light. He must be going for battle cruisers or some kind of tech rush, maybe a destroyer. Actually, I think he doesn't like destroyers, at least in 2.3, so it must be like a battle cruiser or something. He has no frigates on the field. Both of his carriers going up through mid as well. Philo's carrier, they're pushing hard through mid, while Fear goes for a desperate attempt at a backstab, going to try and slow inevitable push through middle. What is going on over here, though? They are in big trouble. Jessica, as well as Avatorian, being forced to fall back. Let's keep an eye on what Fear is doing. Light's interceptors, as well as all of the pulsar gunships, or some of the pulsar gunships and gunships, have been diverted to try and punch through Fear's flanking maneuver. This is a really nice move from Fear. He is going to... Look at him split them as well. Very beautiful. Takes this group, goes to attack these guys. Takes that group, goes to attack those guys over there. Really nicely done. He is going to clean up a ton of salvagers here. Look at the damage those missile corvettes do. Not crazy, but pretty decent. Doing some nice economic damage there. Meanwhile, back on this side, beautiful play by Fear. This has forced Philothanic to abandon his push through mid. All of these heavy missile frigates and all of these assault craft come back to try and deal with these corvettes. Powerman and Light also have diverted a number of their forces to deal with this. So very good move by Fear, buying the time that Red Team needs to stay in this game. Still assault craft and heavy missile frigates for Avatorian. What has Jessica got on the field here? Gunships, more gunships. This is a pretty decent combo. The two of these players together have a pretty wide amount of coverage for unit types that composition can counter. Now assault craft from Fear, a big blob of assault craft coming in for a push. Assault craft from Avatorian as well coming into support. They are just going to swarm the middle of the map. Powerman trying to even mine off of this central location here. Torpedo frigates now. So gunships, pulsar gunships, and torpedo frigates from Powerman. How is that push going back there? Back door slowly getting cleaned up, but most importantly, it has diverted a large number of the forces from yellow team, so they could not push through mid. Powerman now having to abandon mid. He just has so many ships all over him. Heavy missile frigates, assault craft from Fear, as well as supporting gunships from Jessica. So the table turns once again, and red team is able to dislodge. Let's check these heavy missile frigates out. Looks like all of Fear's missile corvettes have been cleaned up. Avatorian has a couple of assault craft going through, cleaning up more resource collectors. Nice move by Avatorian, splitting off a small group of his assault craft like that. Some good micro there. Probably overextending these heavy missile frigates. Oh, these are assault frigates. One assault frigate and a heavy missile frigate. Really nice. Possibly overextending, though. He is pretty damn far forward, and there is a big group of heavy missile frigates from Philothanic gunning for them. Oh, geez, look at all those missiles. Oh, that assault frigate is toast. This heavy missile frigate is toast. Pulsar gunships even on that target from Powerman. Now being supported by all of these strike craft. More corvettes, more frigates streaming out onto the map. Do we have any capital ships yet? We do have destroyers from Philothanic. 2 of them even. Good grief. Philo has a pretty monstrous army over here. Let's check the sensors map here. Map's pretty much cut in half. Red has taken mid now, though. They're not mining off of this yet, but they have a pretty decent position here. Heavy missile frigates from Fear, as well as assault frigates and heavy missile frigates from Avatorian, and a bunch of assault craft from Fear and Avatorian as well.
Unidentified probe detected.
So, oh, this is pretty nice. Jessica has some bombers now, attack bombers, as well as torpedo frigates and some gunships as well. Look at all of these assault craft. Good grief, man. Man, Philo has a crazy army. Look at this. 2 destroyers, a ton of heavy missile frigates, and a massive swarm of assault craft. Really nicely done. However, yellow just doesn't have what it takes to push through mid here. There's so much firepower from all of these frigates. Gonna fall back, though. They don't want to overextend as they see exactly what yellow team is up to. There are now ion cannon frigates, and a ton of them from Light of Hagara. Torpedo frigates from Powerman. Philo's giant army is pushing forward. Good grief. This is an awesome army he's got here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. We do have another little bit of an attempt at a poke, or maybe this is a response to the pulsar gunships from Powerman. One of these 2 players is going for a flank, and the other player is going to try and respond to it. That's not going to be a decisive battle at all. So let's focus on mid here. This is what 3v3 is all about, these giant battles. Oh my god, they're going to go for it. The assault craft swarm into the frigate line. Trying to bait these units forward by the looks of it. Look at the size of these armies. This is absolutely awesome. I've been wanting to get a 3v3 going for a while. It's just kind of hard due to the fact that I have to live cast this. So it's all about arranging partners, arranging teams, arranging games. But we do have one, and it looks like it is turning out to be an epic macro battle. Philothanic reinforcing now with assault frigates as well. Oof, this is a scary force, man. Bombers from Jessica coming in. Oh, but they get focused down by these assault frigates. Oh, are they going to make it? Ugh. So much damage put out by those assault frigates. Those bombers get almost entirely cleaned up. Nice pulsar gunships and gunships from Powerman getting right on top of these torpedo frigates from Jessica. They are going to get overrun and cleaned up. Pulsar gunships, man, do not scoff at these things. They also look friggin' awesome, too. Powerman pushing Jessica back, preventing her from supporting her allies through mid, while Avatorian and Fear try desperately to hold it down against Philo's giant army. Philo finally being pushed back. Where is Light's forces there? He's still got his mass interceptors. Oh god, look at the damage Philo's taking. This is going to be a nice dogfight right here. Fear's interceptors versus Light of Hagara, or Light of Hagara's interceptors versus Fear's assault craft. Trying to keep that swarm of fighters out of mid and away from supporting the main battle line here, where frigates, massive numbers of frigates and destroyers just exchange fire across the center of the map. Who's coming out on top? I don't know. Yellow's got a pretty freaking scary army here. And with all of these pulsar gunships among the frigates just doing more and more damage. That was a really nice move from Powerman. Oh, those ion cannon frigates from Light doing enormous damage. Holy shit, look at these all. Look at all of these ion cannon frigates. Oh my god, that is enormous firepower right there. Where are they firing on? Avatorian, did he teleport in here? Oh shit, I missed that. Crap, I do apologize for that. He had a bunch of assault frigates like way behind the lines there, supported by Fear's assault craft. Nice snipe from Light of Hagara. Wow, Yellow Team is actually getting pushed back. Torpedo frigates even from Light as well, supporting Philo's main battle line of heavy missile frigates and destroyers. Those destroyers unleash those missile barrages. What are they going to hit? Oh, man. Ion cannon's now on the field from Jessica. She is losing forces pretty badly, though. Red Team hasn't really taken any economic damage as far as I've seen, though, which is a really, really good thing. Another backstab by the looks of it from Fear with some missile corvettes. Fear is mining way out here. No cap ships by the looks of it yet for Red Team. I'll keep my eye on that. Looks like Red is getting forced back, slowly but surely. Too many carriers on the front lines, as well as these destroyers, are proving to be a big pain in the ass for Red. But I don't think Yellow Team has spotted this yet, or have they yet? Light of Hagara does have all of those interceptors coming en route. Oh, these pulsar gunships are just nasty. Look at these things. Oh, they're so cool. Enormous damage. All right, let's check this out. What is going on over here? Let's get a quick look at mid. Still, yeah, Red Team is losing the fight in mid. They need to pull back and get some capital ships on the field. Oh god, we have a battle cruiser for Light of Hagara. We'll check that out in a moment here. Fear's missile corvettes again harassing on this flank. He's been doing that the whole game, and it's been pretty damn useful. Slowing Yellow Team down just a bit, but Light has a Hagaran battle cruiser on the field. We'll see how much of a difference this thing makes on the front line. It's not going to be a small difference, I'll tell you that much. Powerman's gunships going to try and go clean up these missile corvettes, which are almost immune to the fire from those interceptors. They're doing damage back there and forcing Yellow once again out of mid. Yellow Team, though, look at all these frigates, man. still, these two destroyers are still here too, just putting out constant damage. Who is this? Avatorian's carrier is now taking fire. Light coming forward with a nice little push. Oh, some bombers. Oh, laser corvettes from Fear. Hell yes, one of my favorite units. I love these things so much. Check them out in a moment. Oh man. Are they going for a snipe? Nope, they're just going to kill that thing. Boom, that carrier goes down shockingly quick to all of those ion cannon frigates. All of these frigates are toast as well. We got here heavy missile frigates from Fear, as well as laser corvettes. Man, I love this unit. Look at how awesome those things look. They have to contend with a bunch of pulsar gunships from Power Man. Still with those pulsar gunships, man, those have been really, really effective all games. A giant swarm of interceptors from Light coming in to support the battle. I think this is turning against Red in a pretty bad way right now. Where's that battle cruiser at? Still way back there, slow. I imagine it's going to hyperspace across at some point. Yellow has middle on lockdown. What can they do about it? They need to stop streaming units in. Consolidate their forces here. Like, pump units from all of your production and consolidate them together. Because they can stop this, it's not too late, but they don't want to lose all of these units piecemeal. Jesus. It'll also be quite a while before this baby gets into combat. These things are so slow. More laser corvettes from Fear, more heavy missile corvettes from Fear, as well as assault craft from Fear. What have we got over here? Lance fighters from Avatorian. Nice choice. I do love these things. As well as some ion cannon frigates from Jess. Assault frigates from Avatorian. Push and kill them. Like. Oof. Nice push coming out from Fear. Laser corvettes. All going to try and focus on these ion cannon frigates. There are so many, though. Oh, that is really, really scary. But they're taking pretty good damage. A little bit of leg there. Apologize for that. Man, Fear's macro is insane. Look at this. You guys are enjoying this. You always ask for big 3v3s, and here they are, man. Doesn't get much bigger than this. Oh god, the battle cruiser is here. Pushed all the way across the field. What do we have? A destroyer from Jessica. She needs to pump a few more units and keep them back, though. Don't engage in the fight until you can spot a place in the battle, like over here maybe, where you can pick off outlying units. You keep building off your macro. Fear's units. Unfortunately, he's trying desperately to stop this push, but he's just losing units. Some lance fighters coming in from Avatorian, a destroyer from Jessica. This is going to be pretty decent. Those lance fighters are going to clean up these pulsar gunships. I feel like this should have been a long time ago, actually. A giant blob of lance fighters will be pretty damn nice against pulsar gunships. Try to clean those up. Oh man, look at the range on that battle cruiser's ion cannons. Oof. Nice heavy missile frigates and ion cannon frigates coming in to support. Is it enough though? Missile corvettes from Fear again coming in through mid, trying to put more and more damage. Look at these ion cannon frigates, man. So many. Okay, let's take a quick peek, make sure we're not missing any backstabs or anything funky. I like following the missile corvettes because they fly through the middle of the battle, so you can see everything as it unfolds. Man, these 2 destroyers from Philothanic, all game. I wonder how much value he's gotten out of them. They've been shooting all game, basically. Same with these ion cannon frigates from Light, man. These things have been insane. Did he pick off another carrier? He's probably picking off carriers. Oh god, he's got the battle cruiser. Look at that! Jesus! Oh god, so much firepower here. I like how the battlecruisers actually even have little pulsar turrets of their own. That's really, really awesome. I never noticed that until just recently. I think that there isn't much that red team can do at this point in the game. Here calls the GG. He knows it. Oh, he's going to tap out. There goes Fear's carrier, as well as his mothership, Avatorian as well. Did he go? Nope, he did not go. But yeah, yellow team definitely took this. Teams may have not been the most balanced, but it's super hard in a 3v3 with limited time to set the game up to make the teams like perfect. Really, really difficult. So the teams might have not been the most balanced, but it was a pretty damn good battle overall. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Let me know what you think in the comments. Look at this battlecruiser firing, man. That is so awesome. Leave a like, smash the like if you enjoy my content. Or enjoyed this video, I should say. Hit that subscribe if you enjoy my content. And I will see you for the next video. Let's just watch the final moments of this battle play out. Avatorian's flagship goes down. Jessica's carrier is gone, and her lone Higaran mothership. Look at the size of this. Holy smokes. She is toast. She is really toast. Are they going to kill her, or are we going to just have some lag or something? So it appears that the game has lagged out, so I'm just going to call it. Alright guys, I'll see you for the next video.